Hi there, my name is John Limcole, and welcome to QuikE video number 20. And I'm in a very good mood. I own Plugin Guru, and it's a website where I make patches and these tutorials that you're watching. Most of you know that, some of you don't, so I gotta give you a little brief intro. Now, the reason we're doing this video, there's soon to be a promotion through Beatport, which is my partner website that I sell my patches through. You can buy my patches at pluginguru.com or at Beatport. That's the only two places. It's like sounds.beatport.com. And they're doing some really cool stuff. They've got some really cool things coming up for the second half of this year. And when we can announce what's going on, we'll let you know. But one thing we're doing is something that's going to require some patches for you to play with. So I'm going to show you in this tutorial the making of these patches. Basically, at this point, these are free patches, and so I'm going to take, this is something I normally don't do in my libraries. When I make my libraries of sounds that you buy, you're getting initialized from scratch sounds for 95% of the patches. I don't do this where I call up a sound and I change a few things and give it a new name. That's just not how I work. But for this stuff, since it's free, I'm not going to go from ground zero. I want to make stuff kind of like what's already been done in my libraries, but a little bit different aim. Let's just give you the hint that October 31st is coming. So I need things that are kind of spooky. Something kind of, that you might be able to work with that's scary and sinister. And this isn't scary. We're really happy right now. So I've selected a couple patches. I've selected a malicious Sylenth patch. Actually, that's not the patch we're going to use. Or is it? Let me see. I think it's just a bass sound I was playing with. No, we're going to take this patch right here. Evil Overlord. We're going to modify that to make something new. We're also going to take this patch from my massive library. This is called Checkmate. This is one of my favorite patches that I made for the Volume 1 library. It's one note. It has these step sequencers where you change the pitches by, well, here, watch. So we're going to take this out to be something else. What we're going to do is the goal of this is to take these patches and make new patches. So when you sit down at these libraries, a lot of times you want to take something kind of like what's there and you want to change it. So this will give you some ideas on ways to change patches. There's certain things I want to pull out in these two patches. So we're going to start with the Sylenth patch. Evil. This is from malicious Sylenth, so everything is distorted. One thing about Sylenth, if you modify a patch, it's modified. There's no saving that patch somewhere else later. So in this case, I'm going to say copy this preset. I'm going to go down to the end of the list. And then I'm going to say paste preset. There. Now I can mess up this and I don't mess up the original because I've made a copy of it. You should do this before you edit stuff. Otherwise, you're going to end up changing patches. If you go to one of these patches and you start changing sliders, you've changed that sound and you can't get it back. Most plugins don't work that way, and I prefer that they don't work that way, but this one does, so you have to deal with it. So copy and paste either to a completely new bank. You can copy. When you buy malicious Sylenth, one thing that I included was when you go load bank, there's this bank here called blank. And it's solely for this purpose because it doesn't exist anywhere else. All 512 are blank. So you can copy from one, go to a blank bank, and then paste, and then save that with the new bank name as you build it. So you can build your own, once you buy a couple of these libraries, you want to start assimilating and making your own bank of patches. So let's do that. Actually, let's do it that way. So we're going to go load bank, And let's load that blank bank and say paste. Okay. So it's there in this blank bank. If you see the list, everything else is blank. So we should save this really quick. Save bank. New promo bank. Okay. So we have this promo bank that we're working on. So now I can go back and load this bank and this will be there in this current state until I change it, and then it'll be different. So the thing I want to do, if you notice, when you play this patch, I assigned to the mod wheel. Just brought the mod wheel up and it went from straight. You can see right here, the mod wheel's up at the max. So I want that to be the way that it sounds when you call it up. Because right now it doesn't sound like that until you move the mod wheel. So how would we get that to work? It's actually, oh darn microphone, keep hitting it. Very easy. So go over here to this area. This is the modulation source area. We have the mod wheel changing filter cutoff, resonance. Cutoff is going down. As you can see, it's negative because this is bipolar, which basically means right here is straight up in the middle is 0. And to the right is an increase. To the left is a negative decrease. So if we take this here and we bring this to 0, and you can actually zero it out really easy by just holding down the command key and clicking. Resonance will have it do a little bit, and actually want the cutoff to go from where I'm going to end up having it to bright. Because I want this to be a lot darker. Now, if we want the LFO to get involved, it's right here. Okay, so now I want to make it so that it does that LFO random thing automatically. As you can see, cutoff is maxed out at negative and the gain is at 0. And it used to be that the mod wheel brought up the gain. But we set that to 0. And now if you bring up the gain, there it is. Let's bring up resonance. We can do it globally here. And instead of distortion, I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to go to decimator. Here's without it, so you can hear. And then let's use EQ to bring up. Cool. Now, is there anything else I want to do to this sound? I think I'm going to go to part B. Now, what I normally do when working on patches, if you've seen any of my videos, I will call up a drum groove. By the way, I'm using Nerve, and I'm going to cover Nerve with more detail. This is an incredible rhythm environment to make great patches. And I have some tricks, and I have a library you have to get along with Nerve, and we'll cover that in a whole separate video. Because it's happening. It's great. So Okay, I want a pulse to be added to this. So let's go down here to Alpha 1, which is currently not being used. Let's change its waveform, and I want it to go to volume. Say half note. Maybe we want to go mix. So I want to play with these mix sliders, which are down. Because I currently have velocity to mix. Let's zero that out. That way the resonant little popping things stand out a little bit more. In fact, let's have resonance bouncing around a little. Now you notice I put resonance to be negative. You hear resonance more in the middle to the lower range of the filter cutoff range. As it gets brighter, it becomes just a bright pitched tone. So I want it to be negative. I want it to be the opposite. Okay, that's cool. So the last thing I need to do is name this BPM Overlord Res Pulse. Okay, menu, save the bank. And let's look down here for where did I put it? New promo bank, so that way it gets the name. Save, replace. Okay. So when this promo comes out, this will be one of the free patches you get to play with. It will also be included in future versions of the Sylenth Power Pack. And I'll find a way to get these to be available to you to download if you already own the Power Pack as well. So stay tuned. We'll all get worked out when this all comes down. So let's go to the next sound. This is the other sound we're going to modify. Once again, unlike Sylenth, I'm able to change my patches and come back, and now it's back to the way it was saved. And what's great with this one, there's a couple cool tricks. For the thing that I did that you hear here for the demo, I didn't let it ever get to the second part of the melody. So just you can take it a step further. If you go to the pitch sequence knob and bring it down, if I play one note, it just sits there. Until you get to that. So there's two parts. Part 6 is the bass line. And part 8 is the melody. Let's zero everything out. And that pitch right there, 5, is actually the tone that I want everything to be. So I'm going to hold down the Option key, very important key for working in this part of Massive, because what it does, normally when you go to these sliders and you change the value, you see how it's multiple percentages in between. But Option allows it to be by absolute semitones. So you can use it for pitch. So now we're like that. I'm playing one note. I think I need to actually do it the other way around. Let's have this be 7s. Because I want the bass to be right. Let's go to 6. Now, 4 is doing the pitch to these two parts. I did some tricks on this one. They're panned so that one filter is working with oscillator 1 for the melody. Oscillator 2 and 3 are going to filter 2 for that count for the bass. I took it up an octave because now I can have an octave down. Okay, cool. Now, this is evil and sinister, right? So let's have something like this to 10. Cool, huh? And I love this. This is improvised. I have no idea what I was going to do. I did a quick pass through to confirm this is what I wanted to do, but I didn't make that melody, and I'm so happy that did that. That's great. Bring the filter. So you'll have this to play with when we're done. But let's keep going. We're not done. I'm going to keep all the knobs assigned to everything, but I'm going to change the oscillators. let me turn off automation on this because it's changing. Right here, by the way, this is I should explain what I'm doing, right? This is Detune. So when I set it to 6 voices of unison, I can go to here, my Detune. And you can assign a controller to this. If you hold down Control and click here, there's all sorts of possible options. One of them being random, which is really cool. So that it's never the same every time you play it, right? Now I'm peaking, so turn this down. So when you start playing these patches, you can modify them just by... The envelope is the blue. 7's the pulse. Oh, and it's a pulsy thing. Okay, so it's pulsing. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do to this, and that is to use LFO5, which is currently changing. It's kind of a cool thing. It's changing the damping of the delay. So it's bright and then dark for the delay feed taps. They pop up and then they pop out. We can keep that assigned, but I'm going to also grab 5 and have it modulate volume. That's what it's doing to the damping of the delay. So some things get brightness and some get dark damping assigned. Now I'm going to change it to be something else. By doing this, it pronounces that attack a little stronger and doesn't make it just be so static. That's cool. Let's make it so you can get really dark. Take the range of knob 3 higher. So we can start with the default being instead of at the bottom. dark if you want. Cool. And the bit crush, let's bring it up to be I like that. I like that. Cool. I like that. So let's go save as Digi Warrior Pulse. There we go. So when this promo and all this stuff comes out, these libraries will be available to be downloaded for free. Can't tell you about it yet, like I said, but I will tell you about it when it happens. Next video will come sooner. It won't be 2 months, I promise. Thank you to everybody for all your support. It's just been overwhelming and awesome. And the fact that as many of you have paid for these libraries instead of stealing them from torrent sites, you know, thumbs up right on it. That's the way to do it. All right, I will keep making libraries because you guys are showing that you guys like this stuff. So thanks again. And it's good to be back. And I'll see you in a couple weeks or less, maybe. All right? Bass solo, yeah.